Hello, YouTube. Hope everybody's having a fabulous summer. I know I am. My little concerts here and there. I went to Disney World early this year, and yeah, I hope to take another trip before the year's over. But I just was in deep thought tonight. I actually was supposed to go to a concert with my cousin, but that was canceled and it's been pushed to the 20th. And we had a long conversation, and she was like, "Girl, I'm free on the 20th." I'm tripping because she was like, "I was just at work and da da da." So we spoke about it, but it's a guy called Beres Hammond. Never heard of him, and I'm shocked because she's a Yankee. She's like, I listen to West Indian music in the club. I do not listen to it at home. So Beres Hammond is a reggae artist, and I looked him up, and he's the guy who sings "Feel Good, Feel Good," and I'm like, yeah, I heard that in the club, in the West Indian club specifically. So I'm like, what? I'm surprised she listens to that. But it was canceled and pushed to the 20th. So yeah, I was in deep thought tonight after talking to her, and I just was like, I'm so proud of her because she's traveling now. She never used to travel. She was going to therapy, and she's just learning to live. And I was telling her that for years. She was in my parents' wedding, but we didn't necessarily grow up together. I used to see her at funerals. So, like, when the other family members, when we would have our function and for Easter egg hunt and Christmas and stuff, she wasn't there. I only saw her at funerals. So once I found out she was the only child, I was like, let me reach out because we probably got a lot in common. And turns out we do. Some things we don't have in common. But that's my best friend. She's not just my cousin. And we've been through some stuff, but that's my cousin. That's my best friend. And I don't have a lot of friends, but that's my best friend. Like, that's my road dog. And yeah. So after I spoke with her, and we was just talking about different trips, and she's going to AC for the second time or whatever other time. I think she said she went because me and her went 2 years ago, and she begged me to come to see Deborah Cox. I was like, I wasn't doing anything at the moment. My son was in Jersey, so I went with her, and she loved AC now. I'm like, I've been there about 6 or 7 times, so I'm over it, so she's going, but I'm so proud of her because there was a time when she wouldn't do that, and it's important, and I wanted to talk about that. Like, Martin Luther King, he said that it doesn't make sense to live if you're not willing to die. I honestly don't agree with that at all. To each their own. I'm brave, but I don't think you have to die for something. But he was a civil rights activist, so that's where he was coming from. But for me personally, life is not worth living unless if you loved and you lived. And what do I mean by live? Is doing the things that make you happy and that excite you, right? So Drake said it in a song, everybody's born, or what's he say? Everyone's alive, but not everybody lives. And there's so many people that I know that they're not living. They go to work, they come home, they don't do anything. And nobody says you have to spend a bunch of money, but it's important to live. It's important to have fun. It's important to do you, because if you don't, you're gonna crash. And for some people, it's hard because they might have, their job is very demanding or what have you. But take them PTOs. Well, I used to tell my cousin, take them PTOs, because if you die today, guess what? They're gonna replace you tomorrow. So you work hard, or even if you're a stay-at-home mom, take care of yourself. Because people need you. And I was thinking about, I'm 35, and I could say, I've loved, and that's so important as a woman, even if you don't receive the love back, even if it's lopsided love. It's nobody could take the joy away from you when you can't wait to see your boo thing, when you cannot wait to see him, when he give you butterflies and you just feel in love. And for some of us, we don't even have to be in a relationship with the person, but just to be around them and to just have that feeling, and to just to be in love with their presence, in love with their aura. It's the best feeling in the world. It's even better when you're in a relationship, and I feel like it's even better when you're married, because that's your lifelong partner. And there's just so many people that's married, but they're not with their dream guy. They're not with their... And I'm happy to say I at least dated 2 of my dream guys in my 20s. One just passed away, or didn't just pass away, but I just found out. But I was thinking, I'm like, even though he hurt me and disappointed me, at least that was an amazing feeling. It really was. And they were both platonic. Ironic, now I did kiss them, but we did not have sex. And when I dated both those men, I mean, the love I had for them was just so special. And I would tell any woman, any girl, that's how you know you really love a person, when you subtract the sex. A lot of people say, oh, I love him, I love him, I love him. But of course you're going to feel love if the person's in you, But when the person never seen you naked, when the person never touched you, when the person never felt your insides, but you love that man, it's just a different... I can't describe it. Y'all just gotta experience it. And I remember talking to my coworker, and she was Muslim, and she was telling me her experiences, and I'm like, I know exactly what you're talking about. I was just like, because she's keeping herself till marriage, and she was just telling me like, yeah, I love this man. I know exactly what you mean, because you're in love with him, with his soul, and you just don't know how to exit left. And it could be toxic too, I'm like, yeah, I know exactly what you mean, because that's the best relationships. Even if it's not a full-blown relationship, that's how you know you really care for a dude, So, yeah, it's just 2 things in life. Love, and I was saying, God forbid if I was to pass away before when I pass away, I don't know if it's now or 40 or when I'm 80. I lived because everything I've done in my life, I did it because I wanted to do it. Now, when it came to having my son, yes, it was other people who influenced me, but I don't regret it. I love being a mom. I love what my son has turned into, and I love my son. And so many people can't have children and they never loved. And I'm like, you got some women that's really stubborn, and they've never been in love, they've never given birth. That's not life. They just live in this, like, you have Queen Victoria, type, or even sometimes in a cloth. A lot of those women just never lived. They never loved. They were forced into a marriage. They don't love their husbands. And I just thank God that's not me, because that's just two things in life. And I want y'all to comment, like, and subscribe. And just in deep thought, what are the two most important things in life to you? It could be money. Ain't no shame in your game. But for me, it's to love and to live. And I could truly say that I've done that. I've lived. I've done what I wanted to do. I've met some awesome people. Some people are not in my life anymore, but I cherish the moments. I cherish the experiences. And if I could do it all over again, I would. Each and every heartbreak, each and every friendship that didn't work out, I had a blast. I could truly say that. Like, even the friends I'm not friends with no more, the places that we went to, the clubs that we went to, it was amazing. And I was just sitting and I'm like, I had a lit life. I really did. Like, I lived. I really did, And then with my son, and I miss that with the Disney on Ice. And I see my friends that have small children and I'm like, yo, I miss that. I miss taking my son to Disney on Ice. I miss taking my son to the circus. We going to the circus. I don't care. I love the circus, but it's just like, those are the moments that you can't help but to tear up, because those are the best moments. Going to the club and getting drunk with your girlfriends, and having a guy carry one of your friends to the train station because she can't walk straight, and like, just so many memories I have. And it's just like, wow, I lived. Even though in the moment you're not thinking much of it, but those are memories that you hold on to. Halloween parties and dress up, and it's what makes us human. It's what makes us beautifully human. It's what makes us life. So it's like, wow, I can really sit and be like, you know what? My heart was broken a couple of times, but I loved. And that was the best feeling in the world. Butterflies, And, I may not be rich, but I lived. And I don't have any regrets. I could truly say I don't have any regrets. I really don't. Because they are all experiences that I needed to be the person I am today. And those are my thoughts.